Hey everyone, this is Nerdy Devil Dog here, and today I want to tell you why I decided to join the United States military. Alright everyone, so being in the military for a little bit, you see, a wide variety of reasons why people join the military. Whether it be for, schooling benefits, maybe they're trying to get some free schooling, some free college. It could be, quite frankly, they didn't have everything going in their life. They just wanted to, have a change of pace. Maybe, they had some family members that served previously. But whatever the reason is, I think the military has some great opportunities, some great learning experiences. And, I think for me personally, I kind of took all those in consideration in my decision to join the military. So, a little bit about me and my family. My grandfather served in World War II. He was in the 4th Armored Division, and he was a POW actually in World War II. So growing up, I was pretty familiar with the stories. I'd constantly, go to his house, do his chores, and he would tell me these stories of his experiences, in the European theater over in Germany, serving in the war there and being a prisoner of war and everything. And I think that, part of that really inspired me, hearing of his sacrifices, the way that he held himself and the way it impacted him for the rest of his life. I think serving in the military gives you a certain pride in your country, a certain love for it that you just can't get anywhere else. So seeing that very evidently in my grandfather, and even evidently in my father, my own father, given that he served in the National Guard, that's something I wanted. I wanted that love for country. I wanted to be able to say that, that I served, that I sacrificed to some degree, to some extent, like they did. So, I think that was my initial drive, my initial motivation to join the military, is growing up with those stories of my grandfather. When I, started to get a little bit older, when I could, start looking into the different branches of the military, I initially looked into the Army, just because that's what my grandfather did, that's what my father did. It'd make rational sense to join the Army, and they have some great benefits and everything. And, the Army is just, hoo-ha, Army strong, But I also looked into the other branches, and one that I really gravitated towards was the Marine Corps. And something that really, I guess, caught my attention with the Marine Corps was their standards and, their heritage that kind of separates them from the other branches. The Marine Corps has a huge emphasis on their history and on their culture. And that's something that I really liked. It sounded more, tight-knit, more like a brotherhood than the other branches. And that's another thing that I wanted, is I wanted, that brotherhood. So, reading about on the website, the Marine Corps website, seeing the motto Semper Fidelis, always faithful to God, country, and your family and everything, and, obviously to the Corps as well. And seeing things like, the stories of their heroism and all the great things that the Marine Corps has done, the Battle of Bellwood, heroes like John Basilone, things like that nature. It really, I guess, made me lean more towards the Marine Corps. So when I turned 21, I, contacted the Marine Corps recruiters in my area, my hometown. I started talking to them. Started looking into, I guess, the benefits and the different MOSs, the different jobs that I could potentially qualify for in the Marine Corps. And honestly, I wanted the full experience, so I decided to enlist as an infantryman, as a machine gunner. And that's, I think, something that I haven't regretted since. I think part of the reason everyone joins the military is they want to be able to say that they're, doing the most badass thing. And I think being a machine gunner, being infantryman, I definitely had that bragging right. And, you know, I guess that's, to kind of sum up, those are my reasonings for joining the military. You know, I had that military history in my family, from my grandfather down to my father, and now me and my siblings all serving in the military. I got that motivation there. I saw the benefits, you know, whether it be schooling, job opportunities, and then I saw the brotherhood that would be offered to me. And taking that all in consideration, I decided that the military would be the way to go for me. And I can say honestly that I haven't looked back since. I hope this helped in some way. Hopefully it inspires you guys to, you know, put it all on the line, serve this wonderful country that we call the United States of America. You know, just to give back a little bit to those who have given everything. You know, I think of all the men and women who, throughout the wars, throughout the history of our country, who haven't made it back. You know, my grandfather personally had a lot of close friends who didn't make it back for World War II. And, you know, and I think that we should never take this country for granted. You know, if they're willing to give everything, we should be willing to do the same. So I just want to end this video here, saying God bless America. If this was helpful to you at all, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.